Oh man, guys, that was a little bit nerve-wracking. I've never set that big of a truss with the Kubota. I mean, I knew that the weight capacity was surely under, or I guess I should say the weight capacity was a lot higher than the weight of that truss. That truss weighs about 1,000 pounds. It did it really well. I was a little bit nervous, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really happy that we got it up there. Now we're gonna get it secured. We'll make sure we temporarily brace it off up here to the other truss on the end wall. Then we'll bring in the second truss, the second intermediate truss, and we'll start laying our purlins and get that frame really locked down. Once that first bay is up and locked down, that's when I'm feeling a lot better. So what we're doing right now is guys are going up. I'm kind of like the guy in the skid loader. I kind of prep things. I get all the purlins ready. I get our temps, and we get into this system. They get the sides nailed off, and then what we're doing right now is we're putting our temporary boards up. This building, the last bay of trusses, is only a single bay, which means we won't use an 18-foot purlin. We'll just use a 10-foot purlin. So we go ahead and take a couple of those, we put some spikes in there, and then we drop it over top of our truss, and that kind of locks it in place just from falling over until we get that first bay up and our purlins across. Not bad for my second building. All right, now we've got that second truss in. That's the second intermediate truss. It's obviously our third truss if you're counting the end wall. But now that we've got that there, and man, that is about max on that skid loader. So this is a 16-foot wall, 66-foot wide truss, which I do believe that's gonna put us at, if I do the math, 11 feet plus a 15.5-inch heel, which means we're 27 feet, 28, almost 28.5 feet, because actually about 29 feet because our concrete has a curb around it. So that kind of tells you what the capacity is of that Sheyenne Tele-Boom. We forked up a 1,000-pound truss to 29 foot, I guess. I always thought it was a 30-foot capacity. Well, I think there is more. Yeah, I boomed in, so I bet I could hit 30 foot. Well, there we go. We've got that first bay of trusses up, and that's what we call, it's basically one purlin set. So we usually use an 18-foot purlin or a 20-footer, depending on our overhang. In this instance, 1 foot overhang is gonna be an 18-foot purlin, a 1 foot lap off of both sides. I will show you guys how we brace that bay down and get ready for the rest of the building, and you know, utilizing those chains. So it's all about perspective. Thanks for ruining my video, Greg. But I should look at it in a different way and say, thanks for enhancing my video, Greg. It's all about perspective. Well, it's kind of unfortunate. We knew this was probably gonna happen. The MRT 260, it just doesn't have that oscillating axle like the 3394, and because of that, whenever it gets caught up on uneven ground, the wheel that is the lowest always seems to dig in because that's where the weight is pivoting. You can see here, once it starts digging, it basically will just keep going, and that wheel's dug in, and with this soft gravel, it just can't do it. Always gotta have the skid loader ready. Now, something a lot of people always comment on is when this camera is mounted in a scissor lift. There is a little bit of a sway side to side. Don't worry, these things are super safe. When we're running purlins, you can see we got the MRT here, the small guy, and it fits right in between a bay of 8-foot bay of trusses. And then Greg's over there, and he's the one that's feeding us the material. What I'm doing is I'm nailing like 4 to 6 nails in the connection. So we got that 1 foot overlap both ways, and I'm nailing it. And then the other ones we're getting 60 penny nails, which you can see here. I always get the question, how are you fastening these purlins on the truss? And we're driving this spike right through the top of that 2x, right into this MSR lumber, which is super strong. And if you put this in the wrong spot, good luck. You can pull them. It's a lot of work. You're better off cutting them or breaking them or something. Here you go. Hey, look, I found a good use for this hook, dude. 2-ply. 2-ply trusses. That's what it was meant for. Fruit salad. Yum, yummy. What show is that? I got little kids, so let's go. Below the line. I think it was the. Come on, Zach, you know.
No.
They were like all colored. There was like a red guy, a blue. What?
Power Rangers?
No. No, these were real people, and they like dressed in different color. Oh, the Wiggles.
The Wiggles? The Wiggles?
Yeah, it's like I think it was a PBS show. And they sang a song, and it was called Fruit Salad.
I thought we were.
We are, buddy.
And you're over here. No, do it yourself, dude. You're on your own.
Greg, what do you want, a pole? You've gotten lazy in your old age. You used to do that without. Remember when you used to run the center?
I ran the center all the time and I ran like a boss.
You never asked for help.
Never.
Now that you're in the end, where you're on a lift and you're in the lazy job, I do need your help, actually.
We ain't getting it.
That's awkward.
Complain about. You complain more in your old age.
I know I do. It's a funny way that works. Four? Really? You gonna do that just for the camera, Greg?
No, dude. I always do 4. Sometimes even 5.
All right, we just got done with the second bay. Now that we have the second bay done, we're gonna go ahead and get it braced up. We'll get all of our wind ties, which are our bottom cord stiffeners. They go from end column to end column on that bottom cord. and then we'll drop all of our chains and get this thing secured and braced down, ready to kind of leave for the night. I don't know if we'll have time to jump on that last full bay or not. We'll see what the clock says when we get it all squared up and braced down. Now, whenever we're laying out these the chains at the top cord of the truss, we're also thinking about where our columns are coming up. So right here on this gusset plate, you can see this guy, this is where a column is. So it's just nice to have the strength of the building being held up at a column location. So all we're gonna do, we're just gonna get that chain around. I'm gonna kind of lock that in. Got these sweet buckets, holds a 50-foot chain, no problem. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that you're holding this tight so it doesn't come undone. Drop it, then the weight of the chain will keep this, and then that's what we'll take back. Now that we've got this chain mounted up here on the top cord of the truss, you know, get it somewhat snug. You're never gonna be able to pull this chain super tight. Oh yeah, that feels nice. So you want some good tension on this thing. Well, there we go, another day. Ended up being a pretty nice afternoon. Started off crummy. We didn't even start working till almost 11 o'clock, 10:30 due to rain, but we're gonna go ahead and pack up for the day. We've got those 2 bays down. The last bay and a half are gonna be a little bit trickier just because we're getting into a confined space, but we'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Definitely taking her slow on this job. We weren't in a big hurry because our steel won't be here until maybe Friday, if we're lucky. So you guys have a good one. Thanks for following along, and definitely hope you guys hit that subscribe button to make sure you follow along with this whole project. I think it's gonna turn out awesome. We got some neat details coming up for you that I hope to share with you guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Later.